Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy today because we could finally make a meeting, long waiting meeting, I know for you, with the big photographer, Serge Ramelli. I know you have been waiting for this interview for so many days. We are here now, we finally made it. So today we have Serge Ramelli. Serge, I'm very happy you are here with us today. Thank you so much for giving some of your time for us.
No problem, with pleasure. It's an honor.
Thank you. Serge, I'm following maybe all of your tutorials, and you have been talking a lot about your early beginnings, how you started, all these letdowns in your early beginnings, especially in the 20s. Can you tell us how you started? Why did you think about the photography, not anything else?
Well, so I've always wanted to be an artist since I was very young, but as I got into sales, I was working for my brother. My brother has created in 1998, a web agency. He was like one of the first doing websites for hotels back in Paris. It's now into a very big web agency.
Yes. And
so he's been doing it for 22 years. And so for the first 10 years I worked with him, and it was great. It was good money, it was everything, but and very lovely customers. I have a lot of friends from this period of time, but you know, I realized that when I achieved financially a good situation, that there was a hole in my heart and in my life, which was this dream I had to do to actually. My dream has been more to be an actor or to be a movie director than a photographer.
Yeah.
And so when I'm 50 now, but when I was 34, what I did is I started taking acting lessons again. I did some acting in school, and I took acting lessons, and I was starting to make movies. I wanted to make short movies. I wrote a short movie. The problem that I had is back in 2004, I was born in 1970.
Yeah.
2004, there was no video. There was, you know, to make a movie, you have to rent. I remember, I think it was the Canon A2 something. It was a big camera.
Yeah, it's very old also.
21, and they were not good cameras. Like the image was not really nice. It was very expensive to get a movie. There was no way to get the sensor were very small, so there was no depth of field.
Yes.
You know, like shallow depth of field.
Yes.
It was very sharp everywhere, and the quality was very bad.
Yeah.
It was not even HD. That's 2004. And so I tried to make a few movies, and the problem that, you know, I needed actors, I needed, you know, sound person, I needed 10 people to make anything.
Yes.
And I was not happy with the result.
Yes.
One day I went on vacation in the Guadeloupe. It's a French island with a whole bunch of friends, and my best friend Calvin Pimon showed me Photoshop for the first time.
Yeah.
I took a photo. I had a camera, and I took a photo of a girl. And he said, "Oh, have you ever heard of Photoshop?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know the name, but I don't know what it looks like." So he pulled the photo into Photoshop, and he raised the tourists around her. He made her nicer, and I was like,
"It's like magic."
Yeah, it was a moment in my life where it's just I came to the conclusion that until I can figure out how to make movies, I can at least take photos.
Yes.
Because I don't need a team. I just need a good camera. It was such a simple. It's crazy because it's very simple to say like this, but it changed my life because I was like, well, at least I don't need anybody. I can at least create, which is what I wanted to do. So I remember I came back to Paris. I bought the Canon it was the A320D.
Yes.
Canon 320D, which was like the entry camera back in 2004.
Yes.
And I tried to learn by myself, and I had some troubles at first, but you know, eventually got better.
But you didn't feel. Go on.
Yeah, it was really this idea that I don't need anybody. I can do it by myself. I can take a camera, a photo, I can put it into Photoshop, I can make it better, and I can publish it. I love this idea of, you know, not needing people to create or money.
Yes.
It's just what I wanted. You
And
know?
also a small piece of technology that creates wonderful images.
Yeah, and you know, it really changed my life. I mean, I gave up my job, and I became a fine art photographer and a trainer. So I had no idea that it really came from I had no plan. I didn't think I'm going to be a professional photographer.
Yeah.
You know, I just did it for the love of it. For 5 years, I did it just for shooting Paris. You know.
Yes. Yes.
And voila.
You didn't feel or you didn't stop at this risk of career shifting instead of being in sales and having a stable salary and income to moving into something different.
I started getting a bit of success, so I started taking photos of Paris. The first 2 years were rough, but I sent my photos to some magazines and I started getting published. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm not bad at this. You know, I started having some success, and I was like, it was just such a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I was literally working from 9 to 6, and I was looking at the clock, and looking at the clouds, waiting for the night to come so I could take my photos. And I was getting so much joy that I was like, if I can find a way to do this all day long, this would be happiness.
Yes.
And so I just, from that moment on, I said, I gotta find a way. You know, I had 4 children, so I had to find a way to make enough money.
Yes.
I couldn't say to my family, oh, I'm going to be a photographer. No, I needed to monetize it. That was my main problem, is how can I monetize it?
Yes.
And, you know, I just bought a house. I had a big mortgage, and it was like a fire inside of me. I was like, I cannot continue being a salesman knowing how much happiness.
Yes.
I know it might seem stupid, but this is really what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found a way to make money with it, and this changed everything.
Of course.
And I can tell you what it was. I'll tell you the story and how I monetized it. Yeah. But anyway, maybe you have some other questions before that.
No, go on. I need to hear you.
So, well, maybe I can show you a few photos. I prepared something for you.
Of course.
So I'm going to go to my Lightroom, and I'll show you some of my early work. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this is so that's my collection of Paris, and this is some of my first work. So my first work was very retouched.
Yes.
I was, you know, I just discovered. So this photo, I started in 2006, 2007. This photo is from, well, this one is a bit late, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the date here, 2010.
Yes.
But this one I think is a bit earlier. Yeah, 2007. So 2007, check this out.
Yeah.
This one I think is 2008, 2010. Yeah, this one is one of my, so this one is like full on, you know, sky replacement. I love that photo.
Yeah.
To me today it looks completely fake. It looks like a painting almost.
Yes.
But I still like it. It's very retouched. It's, you know, a lot of retouching. I don't know what happened. It changed screen. A lot of retouching, but I really like it. So when I started, because I love so much software. I love computers.
Yes.
So my work today is much more natural than what it was 15 years ago.
Of course.
Or 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened is, so I started doing this whole series on Paris. You know, this is some of my early work.
Yeah.
And you know, then I got into black and white of Paris. This is all the work from 2005 to 2010.
Yeah.
And you know, gradually I sort of got better and better. You know, this is kind of alright. But I started making these photos. You know, some photos like this one has very little retouching. This one has a lot of retouching.
Yes.
There was 2 cars I took out. This one has a lot of retouching, like, you know, Gladiator. I was so happy with this photo.
But it's very nice.
This is from 2008, so you know, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I love, you know, I added some clouds, and you know, to me, photography, like this photography, has no retouching. Almost.
Yeah. Yes.
This one has a lot of retouching. This one has almost no retouching. This one has a lot of retouching.
Yes.
I don't care. You know, do people like my work, or you know, I don't have a criteria. If I can take a photo, of course today, because I've been doing it for 15 years, I try to get as best as possible in camera.
Yes.
But so, let me tell you how I made the jump to, you know, to be a professional photographer. So I was working. My job at the time was to sell photos to hotels.
Yes.
Okay. And this is a story I've never told, but my original plan to become a photographer was that my brother was going to sell his company and he was going to give me some shares.
Yes.
And he was going to give me enough money to change my life. And so that was, he wanted to do that in 2006, 2007 about. And what happened is that the sale didn't go through, then he was looking for another buyer, and this went on for almost 3 years.
Yes.
Where he asked me to stay one more year, it's going to sell, and he wanted to sell really. But you know, life made it in a way that it didn't work.
Yes.
And so in 2010, early 2010, he said, you know, look, I'm actually not going to sell. So I'm so sorry. We need to find another solution if you want to become a photographer. And at the time, by then, I knew a lot of people in the industry of hotel in Paris. Very, honestly, pretty wealthy people.
Yes.
And so I went to see 4 people, which were my customer, and I said, look, you know, I want to become a full-time photographer. This is my passion. I have this incredible collection of photos of Paris. I can make you. I made a deal with a printing company. I can make you very big prints.
Yes.
For your room, and if you buy them from me for $1,000 each, it's going to cost me about $200-300 to produce. So I'll make a $700 profit.
Yes.
But if you take 50 photos from me, you know, I will, you know, have enough money set aside to take care of my family for a few years.
Yes.
You know? And the hotels in Paris, they're always interested to get, you know, new ideas of, you know, decorations and stuff like that.
Yes.
And there was this one guy. So I started with a hotel called what's his name? But Mr. Serge, I remember his name. And the hotel it's going to come back to me. It's an hotel in Saint-Germain-des-Prés, and I forgot the name of the hotel. The guy had 2 hotels. It's a crazy story. So he's the first guy I went to see. He had 2 hotels of 40 rooms.
Yes.
Abbatial, Hotel Abbatial and Hotel Agora, 2 hotels in Paris. So I went to see the owner and I said, you know, would you buy 40 photos for me? Because I know he wanted to renovate his hotel. And I explained him my dream to be an artist, and I said, you know, for him, you know, he had a big, several $1 million to renovate the hotel, you know, so it's $40,000 of photographs.
It's nothing for him.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
And he called me, you know, and I didn't, you know, I said, okay, you know, let's do at least one hotel. And so he called me 2 days later. He says, I'm going to think about it. And his business partner called me and says, you know, if we do one hotel, we have to do 2. So we want to help you become a photographer. We'll give you 80,000 euros.
Excellent.
For 2 hotels.
Yeah.
And I was like literally crying. I didn't believe it. So my photos, it was not just the money. I was making good money since many years.
Yeah.
It was like my work was going to be in these 2 hotels, you know.
Yeah.
Very prints. And in 4 days, I sold $200,000.
Great.
Of euros, sorry, 2,400, maybe in a week time. Because I went to see, and they all said yes. And so I sold 200 photos for about 4 or 5 hotels. And and that was almost the equivalent of money that I was going to get if my brother sells the company.
Yeah.
So then I had enough money to, you know, I have no idea what I was going to do, but at least
you secured yourself.
Yeah, I secured myself.
Yeah.
I had honestly 2 years of income, and so that I resigned from my job the 1st of May 2010. I had this money and started a new adventure, which is what I'm doing today.
Yeah, I love this photo, by the way. You used this photo on the cover of Book of Paris, I think.
That's right, exactly. Yeah.
Great. I also love the other photo of Venice that you used on this the cover for the Book of Venice. It's very nice, by the way.
Thank you very much.
This image, I think it's telling a story. Can you tell us about this image?
So, This image is. I always explain this thing when you study into photography. If you are lucky to be in Paris on this bridge called the Alexander III Bridge.
Yes.
This is the same bridge as just a bit further down. If you're lucky to be sitting on this bridge and you have an incredible sunset like this one, you will see 1,000 people taking photos of the Eiffel Tower with the sunset.
Yes.
Okay. But I find that what makes a professional photo is to tell a story. And one thing that helps to tell a story is to show where you were standing, from what viewpoint you were. So finding a foreground element is honestly what I spend 90% of my time doing. So these two lamps, this statue, this lamp here.
Yeah.
The way this bridge is made in Hawaii.
Hello? Hello?
Photo. It's crazy. It's like I had to climb on this thing. National Geographics. I only sold 2 photos in my life.
Yeah.
And one of them is this one. And one day I get a call that says, "Hi, this is the magazine National Geographics. We love this photo of the Eiffel Tower. We want to buy it." And this was my first publication and then later on I sold another photo.
Great.
So I spend all my time trying to find foreground elements. This lamp, for example, this stairs here and this thing.
Serge, just need you to go back to this image again, where the stairs and the lamp.
Yes. Hold on. Where is it? It's
the one you were just discussing right now, where the stairs and the lamp.
Yeah. Here. Sorry. Here it is. Yeah. This one?
No. The one with the stairs.
Oh, this one.
Yes. I need to ask you, whenever I see this image, in my mind, I need to ask Serge Ramelli, why you didn't stand right in the center, in the middle? Why you took a side to take this shot?
I tried it, and what happened is when you stand in the center, these 2 lamps
cover the building.
They blend together. It just didn't work for me. It just a lot of people ask me. Some people ask me, "What is my favorite photo of all time?" I took over 200,000 photos. I often answer that this is this one because one of the reasons it's very hard to get.
Yes.
This is an area of Paris called Montmartre, and it's the only stairs facing west. You can see the sunset up there.
Yes.
And you need a very specific kind of sunset. I came back 16 times to take this photo, and every time it was full of people sitting on the stairs.
Yeah.
And now it's full of graffiti. In this wall, I actually took a lot of it. And now there is it's all black of graffiti.
Yeah.
And it's always people drinking and sitting there. And one day, I don't know why, it was the perfect moment. There was nobody. It was people walking by, but And I made the cover of a book. An editor called me a few years after I took this photo, and they did a very famous book called Paris Mon Amour, which is like Paris My Love. It's a story about the love of Paris from a very known celebrity.
Yes.
And this photo made the cover of the I don't know. This photo has a special, in my heart. There is not much retouching except erasing the graffiti.
Yes.
The rest is pretty much how it was. It was an incredible moment of life. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's for me it's the perfect composition because it's telling a story which is Paris. It has a frame in a frame. It has leading lines, and it has a foreground, a middle ground, and a background.
And you can also see the whole of Paris in the background. Yes.
It's my most perfect photo. To today, I don't think I ever made better photo than this one. But it's very subjective. It's just what I think.
Yeah, I love it. Serge, I need to ask you a question. After the fire of Notre Dame, what was the impact on you?
It was bad. Notre Dame is the number one subject that I've been shooting for.
Yes,
50
that's
years.
why I'm asking.
It was a shock. I did not, I did not want to put photos of Notre Dame on fire. I had some friends who sent me photos. I never wanted to publish that because I think it's such an incredible place. Honestly, I was very happy to see that in 24 hours they had the money to rebuild it.
Yeah.
And they're rebuilding it at a super high speed.
Yeah.
And I believe in a couple of years it will be ready and be shining more than ever. So it's going to be all right.
Yeah, but it's not able to be photographed right now. It's not a good composition or a imagery to be photographed right now, according to the condition.
No, I mean you have a scaffold on here on the roof, so it's a bit tricky.
Yeah. Serge, tell me about the most challenging image you have faced, and you faced a lot of difficulties to take it.
Now that's a good question. Let me see if I can see something. This was very challenging, this one.
Why?
So, because this was for many. This is the view of the Sacré-Cœur, which is this hill.
Yeah.
So this church is on the top of the hill, and that hill is called Montmartre.
Yeah.
I shot this from the department store called Le Printemps, and it was very challenging for 3 reasons. One, I had to go to a terrace that was forbidden, so I did some trespassing to get the shot. 2, there was a big scaffold right there. I had to have a special lens. I shot this at 300 millimeters. The weather was really bad. I ended up adding a bit of cloud there.
Yeah.
The original photo looks really bad. I can show you the original photo. And I love how it came out. Let me show you the original photo. I don't know if I have it here. Yeah. It was so much. Yeah, that's the original photo. You see, that's the original photo. And that's shot. I'm at 203 millimeters. This was so ugly. So anyway, I cropped it and I made it into this, and I think it's one of my nicest black and white effects. I just love that photo. Imagine in big. It's
also the white of the building gives a very nice contrast for the image.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if it was the most challenging. This one was very challenging. Very, very challenging. Let me see if I can find something else that was very challenging. This one was challenging also a little bit because it was it's the same department store, but there was so much people. I was trying to make a panorama. It was not easy.
Because of the exposure also. Exposure, I think it's a little tricky in this image.
Yeah. I mean, this is just this is 4 photo stitches together.
Yes.
But I had to go very fast. Let me see if I can find you another story of well, actually one that was very, very tricky is this one.
Yes.
So this is the view from Notre Dame, taken by. There's only 4 times a year where you can go up on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And you have to be lucky to go. This is called I call it the 7 bridge view because you can see 7 bridges.
7 bridges, yes.
And Eiffel Tower. And I'm not kidding. There's only 4 or 5 nights per year you can go, and you have to go when there's a nice sunset, and there's only 10 minutes when the Eiffel Tower is on.
Yeah.
So it's literally only maybe 40 minutes in the entire year you can take this photo. 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And so you go up there. It takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes to go up there. You have to wait in line for another hour, maybe 2 hours to get up there because it's special. It's only 4 nights per year. I mean, the preparation that it takes, and you cannot put a tripod. I took this a long time ago. Look at the date. This was like I think 2008 or
2007. Yes.
One of my first nice photo of Paris.
Yes.
That's the front and that's the back. I got that day. See, it's August 5. They call it the summer night.
Yes.
It's a summer night.
Yes.
So that was very, very challenging.
Serge, tell me about sorry, I'll interrupt you for this one, but I need you to tell me about the Eiffel Tower. I'm sure you photographed the Eiffel Tower hundreds of times, but don't you think every time you need to add something new? You are seeking for a new challenge, a new angle to show the tower from it. Is this a challenge for you? Can you find a new angles? Unusual angles to show us the Eiffel Tower from not at traditional perspective.
Yeah. So that's funny you ask this because I was once in Paris with Scott Kelby. Maybe you know Scott.
Yes.
Okay. And so we were eating a sandwich in front of the Eiffel Tower, and he says, "I'll give you a challenge. You got to find a way, exactly what you just said, to take the Eiffel Tower like nobody ever done." Mm-hmm. And so and this is what I did. I had the idea to make a panorama of the Eiffel Tower in an unusual way. So I'll show you the final result and I'll tell you how I took the shot.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because I went back maybe 10 times to get these and I've not been able to reproduce it again.
Wow. So
what I did is I went to the bottom of the Eiffel Tower and I took 4 photos starting from the feet and going back up.
Yes.
And I made it to black and white. And it's kind of weird because it's a panorama from left to right.
Yes.
What is even more strange is, as I told you, I went 10 times and I have not been able to reproduce this photo. Mm-hmm. And I went to the same spot with the same settings. I am not able to reproduce this angle like this. I don't know why. Like every time it looks different. It looks really weird.
Yes.
But anyways, so that was my challenge. This one, and then I really like this one. I think this is not something you see every day.
Yeah.
Because it's the way it's framed with the bridge. The fact that it was just raining, the clouds in the sky. Mm-hmm. This is a special photo of the Eiffel Tower for me.
Very nice. I also like this bridge so much. You can use it multiple times for framing, and each time will be different from the other time.
It's incredible. Look at that.
Yes, exactly.
This bridge is it's called the Birakem Bridge. Mm-hmm. You can see it if you've seen the movie Inception. They have like a whole thing going on that bridge. Yes. It's great when it rains. I love to go there when it rains.
Yes. Reflections are always the friend of a photographer.
Yeah.
Serge, when I had a meeting with Mike Brown, I asked him about a kind of collaboration between you and him, and he told me about a few details about this collaboration. Can you tell me more about this one? How did you cooperate with each other? I know it was a long time ago, maybe 2013.
Yeah, it was I think 2014 or 15. Well, basically what I did, he sent me a bird photo, and he took the photo and I retouched it. I did a lot of dodge and burn on the bird, and so we shared our YouTube channel. So I presented his work, he presented mine, and we had a lot of maybe 20,000 people go from one channel to the next. It was a very nice collaboration. Mm-hmm. Up to this day, I still have people tell me, "Oh, I found out about you from Mike Brown."
Yeah. Serge, I need to ask you about your books, but first I need to ask you about the Barcelona book, because I know you didn't visit Barcelona. You did everything without visiting the city itself. How could you do that?
That was the hardest photographic challenge of my life.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
Because I did the entire book in 10 days, which I've never done. This was a personal record. Mm-hmm. So I was there for 10 days shooting every morning from 7 in the morning to 11 about, and then shooting again from 5 to 9 every day for 10 days.
Yes.
And I had to get 10 good photos per day. It was super hard.
Of course.
And luckily, with the Gothic water, like for example, these 3 photos, I got like 5 minutes from each other, and they end up in the book. This is the first shot that I got. I was in Barcelona for literally 1 hour. I was sitting and taking a coffee, and I saw that, and I took the shot, and this is going to be the cover of the book. The first hour I made the cover of the book completely randomly. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. This is the entire book that you see here, all like the small thumbnails. I was, and I even tried shooting. Look at this. I shot this at the 300 millimeters with. Yes. This is not fake. This is I love this. Christopher Columbus pointing to the moon.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I got very lucky. I did on 3 photos sky replacement using Luminar. That's one of them. Only on 1 or 2 photos I used sky replacement, but most of them. I love the train station. The train station. Yes. There was nobody when I came. I came very early in the morning to the train station. There was no one there. I was doing all the sunrise. It was hard, but I love the book. I love the book. I think I made a nice book. I had a friend who once did a book in New York in 10 days, something. He'd never been to New York. So I did a lot of preparation. You know, I Googled like best locations to shoot.
Yeah.
I Googled all of Godey's work. I hired, what I did is every morning I hire a taxi to bring me to a place and the car was still running and bring me to another place because I had to get 3 or 4 sunrise. So what I did is I would map it out. I would that's one more, I would map it out. So I said, okay, I used Google Maps to basically, to point all the points that I had researched.
Yes.
And every morning I would look where I am, and I would take a taxi, so take me to this point. And I was doing this every morning and every evening. Luckily, taxis are not expensive in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And that's how I pulled it off. Is I had a driver with me all the time. And that's how you do a book in 10 days.
Very magnificent.
Very, very challenging.
What is the most book you like until now? Is it Venice, Los Angeles?
My Paris Black and White because it's 10 years of my life. And my second one is Los Angeles. Not even though my latest Paris and your book in color I like a lot. It's just what I don't like about it. They're a bit smaller.
Yeah.
They are a little cheaper. My first book were very big and more expensive, like 50 euros. I think. Now they're like 30 euros, much smaller.
Yeah.
But my editor wanted to, try a smaller price, so we had to cut down on the size of the book. But that's another scary placement that I did.
Yeah.
This is the only 2 I think in the whole book.
It's very nice. Serge, when I finish reading one of your books, any book, Venice, Los Angeles, Barcelona, what is the added value for me after finishing the book?
What do you mean?
I mean, what is the info you present within these books for the viewers?
Well, if you've been looking at my photos from the start, you can see that I like very dramatic photos.
Yeah.
With a nice light.
Yes.
And so, before I started doing books, I went into many bookstores to see, what are the best books about Paris, New York, and Los Angeles, Venice, and all the cities. And nobody up to now that I see were doing this very dramatic photos.
Yes.
Like there was usually the cover had a very nice photo, but inside
dramatic.
Very nice,
Yes.
Afternoon photo, blue sky. And I wanted to make a series of books that was only exceptional moments of light. Only exceptional. Not one afternoon photo on none of my books.
Yes.
And it has become kind of my trademark,
Yeah. Actually, you already have a special touch for you. Whenever I see an image you have retouched, I know instantly that it was retouched by you. And actually, I'm following the same style of yours.
That's probably the biggest compliment you can give me because it means that I have some kind of voice out there.
Yes, of course.
And I appreciate it.
Yes. Serge, what are the shortlisted countries you might visit in the future? Of course, I'm talking like there is no coronavirus, but what's in your mind? Which countries are you going to?
Good question. I just came back from Iceland and Dubai.
Yeah.
I love that. Both was amazing. I'm planning. I want to go to. As soon as we can travel and coronavirus is out, I want to go to Paris. I wanted to go to Italy to do. I love Italy. I want to explore Italy.
That was my project too, and it's suspended until the moment.
Yeah, I want to explore Italy because I just love Italy, and I love the south of France. I spent 40 years of my life in Paris.
Yes.
And 7 years shooting Paris. So now when I go to Europe, I live in Los Angeles. When I go to Europe, I try to avoid Paris. I just stay 4 days to see my family.
Yes.
And then I try to go like in the nicest village of France. My dream is to make a book about all the nicest village of France. I want to make books about some of the nicest coastline of Italy.
Yes.
Or national park in the US.
Yes.
I want to go to, my big, I want to go to Patagonia. I want to go to Greenland. I want to go to Norway. I want to explore Italy, Greece.
Haven't you think about going more east? Like, for example, had you ever thought about Egypt before? The temples.
I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Egypt because I want to shoot the pyramids. I don't know if you've seen, but I did a little movie trailer about a project that I wrote. It's a very crazy sentence, and I faked it like if I was in Egypt. I don't know if you've seen this.
Actually, unfortunately, I didn't see it, but I can imagine it.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I definitely want to go to Egypt. I would love to shoot the pyramids of Giza, you know, and you know, and anything which is you know, iconic in Egypt. Of course, I would love to.
Yes.
I actually want to make this movie. This movie is called Time Quest, and about 30% of it is in Cairo.
Yes.
So to go and shoot a movie in Cairo. That's on my dream list.
I hope you can do this dream soon, and maybe we can meet there, and maybe also we can meet in Paris, because until now I'm going in July. Sorry, maybe.
Yeah, Corona very long.
If Corona has another kind of opinion, we are here.
I know. I'm a positive person, so I'm hoping that it's going to be all good.
You know how much of depression you can feel when you are just sitting in one place, cannot go outside to shoot or discover new places because it's under quarantine. It's horrible feeling. I'm experiencing it right now.
We're supposed to be in Paris by now, no?
Yes. I was planning actually to go in July to shoot the lavender fields. I asked you about this one before, you know.
Yeah, it still can happen. July, I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, usually when it gets warmer, the flu season goes away. So July is in a few months. I mean, unless this is really bad. You know, but I'm hoping. I
love this one. I love this one for Venice. This one with the gondolas, it's very, very nice. Did you use the original sky, or you just retouched it?
Look at this. I'll show you something which is crazy. I'll show you. This is a raw file. This is how it looks.
Okay.
But when you bring down the shadows,
yes,
like, and you know, you do that, and then you just change the white balance. Look at this. It becomes.
It's very nice. It's very nice. With a few touches, you already put your special signature on the image. Yeah. Serge, that leads me to another question. What made you think about making signature presets for you?
It's about my. It's actually started with this book. I mean, no, it started with my black and white book. When I did my Paris and New York book, there is many ways to make black and white.
Yes.
There is, you know, you can do like
soft, dramatic,
very dramatic black and white. And so, when you make a book, you have to have a style.
Yeah.
You have to have a specific style.
Yes.
And so I said, shit, I need to. How am I going to find a style which is going to work, you know, and who's not going to change from one black and white photo? And so I created black and white preset for that purpose.
Yes.
So that I could have one specific black and white style, you know, where the top of the photos are dark.
Yes.
Where just a very, very specific kind of style, a very specific kind of contrast that I was going for. So I created presets, and even my wife helped me to retouch some of the photos because we were very late. We had so many to retouch. So she was using my preset. She knows nothing about retouching.
Yes.
She was, and I don't want to brag, but I think I have some of the best presets out there because I've been using them on other people's photos for many years.
I know.
My wife's been retouching my own photos with my preset. They are pretty universal and pretty powerful. I'm very, very proud of my preset. And so first I did the black and white. Years later, when I did my Venice book, I thought I had 3 months to give to my publisher.
Yes.
And he told me that I only had 10 days. And the problem let me show you. So I had 3,000 photos to go through.
Wow.
And sometimes to be able to tell if a photo is good or not, you know, you have to open the shadows, you have to bring down the highlights, you have to make your black point, you have to make your white point, you have to add some contrast, and you're like, oh yeah, but you make it darker.
And maybe finally you discover the photo is not good to be published or used.
No, but like, look what it took me to, okay, maybe I use this photo.
Yeah.
With my preset, let me show you, boom, what I do is I just go like this, golden hour, I look at the photo.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I like that, one click, boom. it's not done, but it's a good starting point.
Yes, at least it's a starting point. Serge, many people, I use your presets. I actually have the entire collection. But why many people or some people say these presets are only working with Serge images only? Why they do that? I experience it myself. It works with my images also.
I have not heard that so much, and I do a show every Wednesday on a private Facebook group where I retouch other people's photos.
Yes.
I've been doing it for 2 years. I've retouched maybe at least 400 photos of people by me, and because I have only half an hour for the show, I only use my presets on other people's photos, on full cameras, and it works all the time. So it's not true.
I love them, by the way. I love your presets, really, and I advise everyone watching this video, guys, go to the website. I'll add it to the link below this video, and you can check these presets. Even there may be 1 or 2 free samples you can try, but trust me.
I have a new link where I just created a new free pack, which is really amazing.
Yes.
And then you have the option to also buy the full pack, which I advise you to do.
Yes.
But if you want, I'll give you on Skype right now the right link to use.
Yes.
It's because it's a new pack I did. I'm very proud of this one.
What did you call this pack, Serge?
I called it the Fine Art Free Preset. It's a complete new one. I can give you the link right now if you want.
Yes.
Where are they? Free preset is here. It's the link. I put it on my Instagram and I did it on my last 2 YouTube videos. And it's a complete new set of preset I created 10 days ago.
Yes, very nice. I think I'll head for this one. The first thing.
Yeah, let me give them to you on the chat on Skype. I'm very, and it's completely free. But you can have the option to buy the full pack. This is only 7 presets. The full pack is 280 presets. So I give the link. Yeah, you can try that. Okay, well, thank you for saying what you said.
It's the truth actually. I don't say anything which is fictional. It's the truth, and everyone knows your touch regarding the editing the images. But Serge, many people say that adding a sky or changing the sky is considered some kind of cheating. What do you say about this?
You can say that, but what about taking a photo with an 85 1.4, with a boat where you're taking a portrait of a beautiful girl, and then you have it's end of afternoon, you have some nice light, and you're getting like this incredible bouquet. It's like circles everywhere. I mean, unless you have some serious eyes trouble, no human being is seeing circles, on the photo. When you do a long exposure with an ND filter, like I'm doing here, and you see, and all the boats become,
trails, light trails.
So that's using. This is a 7. Look at this. This is, I think it is 149 second exposure.
Yes, you did this image with Midani, I think.
Yes, exactly. So this is cheating, but it's cheating with an ND filter.
Yes.
So this is cheating with an ND filter also. You see how the clouds are a little bit stretchy.
Because it's fine art eventually. It's not documentary. Yes.
54-second exposure. So 54-second exposure, you're not going to get something that the human eye can see.
Of course.
So whether you're replacing the sky, in my books, there is I've published 7 books. Each book is 100 photos, so it's 700 photos. I maybe replace the sky 5 times. On all. But look at this. This is 20-second exposure.
Yes.
This actually is more. This was shot with a Sony A7R2. They have this option. So if you look, it says 1/30th of a second.
Yes.
But it's actually taking 250 shoots and then blending them together. This is 1/10th of a second. So 1/10th of a second is going to give you like a weird flow with the water.
Yes.
This is 6-second exposure. So long exposure is completely fake. It's completely fake.
Yes.
Using an 85 1.4 lens is completely fake.
Yes.
Changing the sky, like this one, I changed the sky. It's very famous. So this one is completely fake. This one, I used. This is the Porto Vecchio Bridge no matter what time of the day you go, it's full of people.
Yeah.
This was I shot this with a Sony Cellular 2 that has it, so it was actually a 5-minute exposure. You can see the people are
trails. Yes, it's like ghosts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I changed the sky. It's one of my favorite photos. I love this photo.
And I love the color grading also. It's very nice.
Yeah.
I also always love the warm color gradings in your images with the magenta. Tell me about the magenta, Serge. Why do you love magenta? Why do you always keen on adding magenta? It's a famous thing about you.
Yeah, it's famous. Well, I kind of, I'm doing a bit less now. There's one very specific reason why I love magenta, and I'll show you why. It's because in most European cities, the tungsten that's been used, let me show you on the Paris photo, the tungsten that's been used in the light has a lot of green.
Yes.
So when you take a photo like this, for example, this light will generate a sort of a greenish photo, and the opposite of green on the. Let me show you maybe if I can find the original raw file, because this one is retouched. This is the original raw file.
Yes.
So the thing is, often you see the yellow. You see that yellow has a lot of green in it. When you bring out the magenta, it kills
the green. Yes.
The green. I don't like the green at all. So I mean, I used to do a lot of magenta. Also, I used to do. There's another reason is I used to do a lot of long exposure photography with an ND filter.
Yes.
That gave you a big. It was like one of this Hoya filter. This is almost no retouching.
It's very nice. I love this image. Yes.
Yeah, too. But the filter gave it the green because it was a crazy sunset, and it's a 30-second exposure, and between the sunset and the ND filter, it became magenta, and I was so much in love with this photo that I started putting magenta everywhere.
Yes.
Now, we are, this was shot, this is 2020, this was shot 9 years ago.
Yes.
March 20 March 2011. So this photo is 9 years old. It's a long time in the world of photography. 9 years.
Yes, yes, of course.
So that's why I do it. Because I fell in love with that one photo.
Even me, recently, like couple months back, I started to add this touch in my image. I don't know if you're following them on Instagram, but you can always see this touch of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even people ask me, why are you doing this? It's a little touch of Serge Ramelli. I tell them I love it, and I'm willing to keep using it all the time because it really adds to the images.
I'm happy that you do that.
Yes. Serge, tell me about your master classes.
So, my master classes, I created a lot of training along the year, and I have a video that I created. Can I also give you the link if you
Yes,
like?
please.
Where it's a 1-hour class where I tell my whole life story, how that I told you a little bit, but I go more into details.
And I'm sure it's very interesting.
Yes. The thing is, because I have about 1 million followers between all social media and people on my newsletter list, it's about 1 million people. I get between comments and DM on Instagram and comments on YouTube and DM on YouTube, I get about 20 people per day tell me, oh, what do you think can you look at my photo? What do you think about my photo?
Yes.
Per day. I don't do it with everybody, but I do it often.
Yes.
Plus, I have my live show in my private Facebook group, and you can become a member of the private Facebook group if you follow the video. I will give you the link.
Sure. Yes.
Of
please.
The webinar. I'm going to give it to you right now. So it's basically called a fine art photography secret because in this video, what I do is I say I'm going to reveal you the 3 secrets that changed my life as a photographer.
Yes.
And the reason why I call it a secret is because 20 people per day
asking you about this.
Ask me to look at the photos, and the number one thing I don't see in these photos is the 3 things.
Yes.
And so I'm going to give you the link also for that. That's the replay of the video of the thing. It's here. So if people want to watch it,
yes.
It's a 1-hour video, and it really I really explain what makes you to be a great photographer or not, you know?
Yes.
Okay, let me go back on my term and show you my things. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for following me. And
of course.
So, you, Ahmed, tell me about you. What's your Facebook group?
It's called, it's in Arabic, actually, it's Arabic word called The Photographers. I'll send you the link to it and you can go browse, but you have to bear in mind it's for beginners, so you might not find the standards you're expecting, but there are some really good stuff in this group. And me and my colleagues are actually following with these guys and trying to teach them something new, how to be confident, how to start making the right composition for the image before, and how, most important, to get everything in the camera first and don't just depend on the editing, because most of them are doing this. It's no problem, there is editing, later I can change or I can fix, but it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Serge, tell me, how do you see yourself today? How do you feel you have fulfilled your dreams or things you have always dreamed to do? How do you see yourself today, looking back in the past?
I'm very happy of what I've achieved as a photographer. You know, being in because I have almost 70 photos now in gallery.
Yes.
And 6 books. It's and a lot of press, so it's a very nice achievement for me. What I'm the most proud of is being a teacher, because I have many famous story of people that have teach photography that have become incredible photographers. I can tell you 3 stories that I find amazing. The first one is the most famous one. The most famous person is the creator of MySpace Tom. MySpace Tom, so he sold MySpace for $500 million in 2007 or 2006. He was awarded. It's the guy. It's the guy you see on the first friend on MySpace. Tom Anderson. He was voted. He's a billionaire now. He was voted one of the most influential person of the 21st century because he invented social media. Yeah. And one day I went to a photo walk in Paris to meet Trey Ratcliffe. He was, Trey Ratcliffe, HDR guy, and a very good friend. And when I came there was 80 people around Trey. I couldn't even get close to him. Yes. And this guy comes to me, says, "Oh, you're Serge Ramelli. I learned everything about photography from you." Yes. And then I discovered who he was. He told me, he's Tom Anderson, the creator of MySpace. He's got 800,000 followers on Instagram. Or maybe 500,000, 600,000. His photo is amazing. So he has become very famous as a photographer, and he's already a very famous person. So that was kind of cool. There's another guy which I like a lot named Tim Shield. He's one of the most awarded photographers on the planet. In the last 2 years, he was voted best landscape photographer of Canada, and he did all my training. Yes. So I was very, very proud of that. There's another guy with an incredible story, Charlie Simon. He's in Marbella, Spain, and he's probably the highest high-end interior design photographer in Europe right now. He has 7 photographers working for him. He goes all over Saudi Arabia and south of France and shoots usually houses 20 million and above. Wow. And he wrote me maybe 100 times to thank me for my training. So and other people that the Jacob Borch or Alicia Walsh, many people which are in galleries now, or I made books. Rick Walter that did a book on Chicago. So police people who stopped being policemen to be full-time photographer, or a lot of people have been quitting their jobs to become full-time photographer in my following. I think it's been a very hard journey chasing your dream. No, it is, and the key is to find a way to monetize it, to make money with it. When I first sold the money to the hotels, then I got the gallery deals, then I got the book deal, and then I started making tutorials. I mean, today I have 17 different income sources for my photography between, agency buying my photos directly, magazine buying my photos, galleries, books, tutorials.
Yeah.
Books on Amazon, breaking books with Pearson Publishing.
Yes.
My article that I sell with CLD1.
Yes.
It's crazy. I never thought I could make so much money with photography. But it took me 7 years before I started making money.
Yes, that's because you're talented, and it's a fact. For me, there are two inspiration sources for me: you and Mike Brown. Mike Brown, because he teaches me how to take a shot, how to take it properly, concerning exposure, concerning everything, and you completing his work by showing me how to retouch or edit this image. So you're completing each other for me.
Yeah, I actually want to do more like Mike Brown. I want to do more like camera settings, composition, style tutorials in the future, because I did a lot of post-processing. I feel I need to explain more people how to take better photos. Also.
Yes, actually we were discussing back when we had this our meeting on Skype that we are going to meet in Paris, and maybe you can join us in this meeting. We can make triple meeting and we can go do something together, like a workshop or whatever. And I hope,
100%.
yeah, I hope everything goes right by this time, so we can really do this one, because Paris is for me it's a very nice place to shoot.
Shooting at the Lavender Field in July.
Yes, yes, and I don't know if they are going to make the 4th of July Bastille Day this year, but anyway, I need to photograph Eiffel Tower in any cases. It's fine for me. Doesn't have to be fireworks everywhere. I just need to photograph the tower.
Yeah, you will.
Serge, I really thank you for dedicating this time for us. I enjoyed this interview very, very much. It added for me many things, and it was really a pleasure talking to you personally for the first time after following your tutorials or videos on the YouTube all the time. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm really happy we had you today.
You're welcome, Hamid. Thank you so much. It's an honor being interviewed by you.
Thank you, Serge. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.